Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? It's been a week. Yes, and I'm excited to be back. This past 5 days or 7 days, I've been at the International Pastors and Leaders Conference, and I also attended Winepress 2024. So I'm going to be sharing some things I learned.
Are we beautiful? All of us, 'cause we got something natural. It's a part of us, darling. When they put you down like that, yeah, you can reply right back. You are beautiful.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing all that I learned at the International Pastors and Leaders Conference and Winepress 2024. So what's International Pastors Leaders Conference, IPLC? IPLC is an annual conference that holds at Avestas International Christian Center, where all the leaders of the church gather to learn from our senior pastor and also the group pastors, where we teach ourselves. So in the conference we have small group leaders, which I happen to be HODs, head of department, zonal leaders, district leaders, pastoral leaders, pastors from all over the world, because we have branches or campuses in London, US and all. So this year was an interesting one. I was there last year and I already told myself I wasn't going to miss it this year, so I took 5 days off. So after IPLC we moved to TBS for Winepress 2024, and indeed this is my Winepress. So yes, we moved to TBS for Winepress 2024 and it was mind-blowing. So I was privileged to serve in the information desk as the welfare lead, where I was to take care of our volunteers and all, just to ensure they were comfortable and all, because you can't put people under the sun. Yes, they are serving for God, but you also have to make them feel comfortable and all. So I'll just be getting my notes to share some of the things I learned, and we wrapped it up today, Sunday. I don't know when you're going to see this video, but we wrapped it up today, Sunday, with an impartation service and all. So I already told you guys earlier that my word was expansion and peace, and also this year, I don't know, I just have this conviction somewhere that this year is going to be an amazing year, and all the teachings I've heard actually proved that right, from me working on my faith, because I learned that faith is not just by hearing, but faith is by receiving and believing, and you have to also activate your faith through the word and all. So yes, you have the faith and all, but do you have a word to back it up? For instance, you're hoping for a better future. What word would help you back up your faith in hoping for a better future? We can look at Jeremiah 29 verse 11 that says, the thought I have towards you. Also, you are asking God for something. You can look at ask and ye shall receive, seek and ye shall find, knock and the door shall be open. So do you have a word to back up your faith? So at IPLC we talked about, because it's a leadership conference, and also we had small group sessions where we talked about discipleship, who is a leader, why do you need to be a leader and all. Then we also had, because I lead a small group, so we also had leading your small group effectively. And this doesn't just apply to the small group, it applies to even for you as a business owner. Like you're leading a business, you're leading an organization. How do you want people under you? Because you're a CEO, you would have the CFO under you, you would have the CEO under you, you would have the head of marketing, head of sales under you. How do you want to lead these people effectively? So leading them effectively, you have to cast the vision of your organization. You have to cast it down. You also have to set realistic goals. Once your goals are I learned something. So we say your goal should be SMART. That's specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, achievable, realistic, and time bound. But once you have a realistic goal is a goal that is measurable, is a goal that is specific, is a goal that is time bound. So once your goal is realistic, every other thing is there already. So your realistic goal is at the end of 2025 to make $100 million. Already $100 million is measurable, it's time bound, and you're specific with what you want to do, and it's measurable also. So you also have to train and develop your leaders. Don't assume they know it all. Be open to training and correcting them. Yes, as business owners, we fear sometimes that after training this person will carry the knowledge somewhere else. But just say it as you've done it. You've done what God asked you to do, and all. So we also have to always bring in the God factor in our day-to-day life, our businesses and all. Then nurture and care for them. After training them, nurture them, care for them, groom them, nurture them to see them also become future CEOs and all. We also learned how to stay spiritually fresh and inspired in ministry. I won't go deep into this because I'm not sure you guys want to go into ministry and all. Also, I also learned that you don't have to be called to be a pastor. Once you did, everyone is a minister, everyone is a pastor. For the men, you're a pastor over your home. For the women, you're a pastor. Everyone is a pastor. So you don't have to be called. But once you have the desire, if you have the desire to become a minister, and ministry doesn't mean you're a pastor. You can be a ministry in the children's church. You can be a minister in outreaches and all. So once you have the desire, please go for it. That's a sign that God is calling you. God does not have to appear to you in dreams or say, "My daughter, I am calling you." No. For instance, see the movie God Calling. No. It was all, but let's move. So we also learned ministerial growth by embracing hardship and radicality. When you become a minister, you have to be strong. You have to have an activist mentality. You must have an I can do it all mentality. Like, you have to be radical, you have to be rugged, like really rugged. After that, we had a super session, what seeketh thou? That's consecration and development of a minister. So we fasted for 21 days, and I started this last year, and it has helped me. I love plantain a lot. I can eat eba and plantain, but this period I decided to concentrate myself from plantain, and all through these 21 days I didn't have plantain. But today the fast is over, I'm going to have my plantain, but I'm going to also try to keep consecrating myself. Normally I take plantain day every day, I kid you not, but now I'm going to try and make it like days would go by and I will consecrate myself from plantain. I'll concentrate myself from social media. But you can't do this based on your flesh. You also have to speak to God and ask God, what do you need me to consecrate from? What do you need me to like stay away from to worship you? And one prayer I always pray, and I learned this prayer from my lead pastor, Pastor Bolaji, is God, break my heart with what breaks yours. That prayer is so on the surface, but it's so deep, because we all want to live a godly life. We say heaven is the goal. We want to live a life that glorifies God. How do you glorify God? Is by doing things that will break it, by doing things that will glorify His name. And also, that's it. So I think I will stop here for today. I would do a part 2 of this video, because we spent 3 days, and you can see I wrote a lot. I even have my thoughts in here. Some of my thoughts are here just so that I can go back to it and also reflect some of the things. I got some words and all. Some of those words are here. So I'm going to be using this remaining part of my days in January to just build on the words, study them, digest. I remember every day after coming back from IPLC and Winepress, like, I couldn't even see myself doing other things. Like, I just come on and I keep on praying and I keep on talking to God, because you can't receive so much, and there is always a probability of in January you're very high, this is my year, this, that. But what do you do with the words you receive? Do you just listen to them for that period, or do you let them stick? Please let the words stick. This year, speak to God. Have a relationship with God. For you, not for your mom, not for anything, not for the world, but for you. Trust me, one day I'm going to share my testimony. like what made me actually convinced that yes, there is a God. I'll share it one day, but for now I'll leave you guys with this. Have faith, build on your faith, and this year be intentional with God. Please, whatever you do, be intentional. Thank you, and please like, subscribe, and share if this has impacted you in any way. I love you, and I wish you an amazing week and an amazing year. This is my Winepress. Woo!